What's up, everyone? FANCRAFT. That's right, it's Bo here, and I am atop of the Temple of Zeus. Yes, that's right, the Temple of Zeus. We've not been here in a while, and that is because today we are doing some work on some big team builds. And you know what? When it comes to big team builds, it honestly is just a lot of grinding in the background. This is certainly one of those. Nope. This is certainly one of those it's just a lot of like placing repetitious blocks over and over again. Oh no. And a lot of tinkering. Like I still haven't gotten like the tops of the columns right. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to go back and like figure out that situation for all of these. And then of course, as you can see, yeah, I'm supply locked. Like this big team build in particular has been one that I have been held up on because I have been so supply locked overall with like the bone blocks and the quartz and everything else. And then just again, it can just be a little mind numbing. Like you just play some blocks over and over again, just over and over again. I mean, I guess that's what the game is, but you know, just when it becomes a little bit of a grind, you know, it's not as fun. It's just not as fun. You know what? That's just the truth. But that's okay. You know what? We're not actually going to be spending today here. I just wanted to start here for as a matter of principle and also to show that I have not forgotten about this thing. No. We are going to be talking about something else today. Another big team build. And quite specifically, that one. Yeah. Remember this thing hovering above the skies over Tolkien Town? I mean, I guess you can kind of see what's going on, right? Like we're doing the Eye of Sauron. Sauron. Why do you have to go and name those two names so close together? Like, you know, as a dyslexic reader, that always messed me up. But, you know, that's one of the great things about this particular build is that it is one that is, sure, there's a movie, but it's also something that's based off a book. So there is some subjectivity in terms of how this build is going to look. I thought I cleaned these up. Now, for the longest time, it's been exactly like this. I got the kind of the cake topper, if you will, the very top of the tower kind of laid out as kind of a basis. And I am going to build this from the top down, okay? We're going to do it like one layer at a time. Okay, well, actually, okay. I am going to do it one layer at a time. I have a feeling this is going to be just like every other build that I've been doing lately is I'm just going to get at it, see how far I get. We'll take a pause, take a look, and then we'll kind of make some choices, some critiques, and go from there. But regardless, this is kind of the beginning of it. And let me actually get on up there. Yeah, here we go. All right, so yes. Oh no! Right. Yes, like as I was saying, everything's fine. I'm fine. Okay, so yeah, as I was saying, everything's great. And yes, so we've got kind of the top right here. Technically, you're not going to see all these pumpkins. I liked that the orange is here. It kind of gives a lava-y type look. And it also helps light this base portion up, or I guess base at the top. Ooh, this thing is high up. But this has been the biggest challenge. These little like kind of artistic, I don't even know, spires, if you will, that kind of go up and down. And then some of them are just up. We're going to be doing a lot of this all around the tower. And yeah, it's just going to be one of those situations. I'm going to have to get at it and kind of start messing with it. Oh, why? So yes, as I was saying, I'm being very safe, by the way, as you can see, just very safe. No wings. I'm not going to fall off. What would make you think I'm going to fall off? Oh my gosh. I'm going to fall off so much working on this thing. Anyway, let's do this. Let's go ahead and build our little tribute here to the Dark Lord. Not the Dark Lord of Tolkien Town. I mean, the Dark Lord of Harry Potter, but the Dark Lord of Tolkien Town. Let's make it happen. It's going to be great. Let's do it. Oh no! Okay. All right. Wings. I'm wearing wings now. I wanted to flex, and that was a bad idea. Yeah, but I've got wings now, and it's because I've been hard at work on, you get ready? There it is, on this. Look at that. Okay. I am super proud of how this turned out, okay? Look, I had no guide. I had, there was no build I was working off of. I don't even think, other than when I built that cake topper at the very, very top, I've had no imagery that I was working off of. And maybe some of you are looking at this and be like, yeah, clearly you had no imagery you were looking off of. This looks nothing like it. But that's fine. To me, this feels right. And that's kind of what I was going for with this build. What feels right? And sometimes that's what it comes down to in design. It's less about what is perfect or accurate or whatever, and it's more about just, does this actually feel right? So as you can see, I kind of kept the same type of thing going down with all the pumpkins. And again, that's mostly for lighting. But every single layer of this has kind of just some of that repetitious detail we were talking about that comes with these big team builds with a little bit of differentiation. You've got varying degrees of blacks and grays and deep slate. There's some basalt a little bit in there as well. And all of it builds up to our top. Man, okay, this looks so good. Not only does it look pretty good from up close, it also looks pretty great. I look like Batman. Well, now I look like an alien. Now I look like nothing. Okay, sorry. Anyway, it also looks pretty great from far away. And I think while it is dwarfed by the Jedi Temple, it is a really solid big team build for the Tolkien district, and one that I'm just super proud of. Oh man. So like the three big team builds that I've been kind of like the lead on, which is the Avengers Tower, the Jedi Temple, and the Tower of Sauron here. By the way, I'm sure there's actually a name for this thing. I'm failing by not knowing what it is. You know what? It'll probably be either in the thumbnail, but definitely in the description. You know what I mean? Like it'll be somewhere. Anyway, that thing, that's what I built. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so those, oh, look at that. That's kind of a cool frame up. This is the cool thing about when you've got such a big central city that you've worked on together with friends. Like every single angle, you've got the Harry Potter district in the background. Like, you just get something new and you kind of find new views and that sort of thing. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I apologize. Yes, big team builds. These are the three that I have kind of been spearheading, right? Like, that I have spearheaded on FANCRAFT here. And I'm very proud of all of them. This might be my most proud, if I'm being honest. Like, the Avengers Tower, I mean, look, that's pretty solid. I feel really good about that, too. But even with this one, I used, like, a Lego set as kind of my basis that I was working off of. Jedi Temple, that was a tough one. I still kind of look at this thing and wonder if it's a monstrosity. I'm not entirely sure overall how I feel. And it was kind of the same thing too, where I started with, for the Jedi Temple, I started all the way at the top with the notion of like, I like the idea of having like a Jedi chamber, like a council or room for the Jedi Council to actually sit in that was very reminiscent of what we got in the movies. And as you can see, it's really solid. But the trick is, in order to get that size and proportion right, everything else had to fit that. And my goodness, the Jedi Temple is massive, 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 and kind of oddly proportioned, which I think is probably par for the course with most of the prequel era designs that make sense kind of digitally on the exterior, but not on the interior, and vice versa. Like, if you don't believe me, just look up the Naboo hangar bay, right? And see how the ships don't actually fit in there. It's crazy. Anyway, point is, this guy right here, I mean, freaking flawless. No! So many times this has happened. You have no idea. And I had wings that time. Oh man, this is the problem with making like, this is the challenge of dying on like a layered platform, is all of my stuff is on various layers of this thing. There we go. I have my bow and my axe. Okay, so yes, that that extremely long, tedious, and potentially costly detour. This is great. This is great. Although it is missing something. A long time to set up a bit. It is missing something, isn't it? Yeah. I think I know what it's missing. Do you see it? All right, yeah. Let's get that eye up there and let's see how it looks. Okay, all right, we got the eye, and it's nighttime, so it's all lit up. Look at that. Oh, yes, I see you. Wow. Actually, I'm really glad to showcase this at night in general. Yeah, look at that. Okay, at night, when everything's all lit up, it really makes a lot of those blacks and grays pop on top of everything else. I was kind of strategic about where I put some of the torches. I mean, as I mentioned, the pumpkins are obviously there kind of lighting up from the base, but also as it got taller, I wanted to make sure that we included a lot of these torches on the side, but not too many, just enough to really give it that nice, cool ambient lighting. And at night in particular, it really, really looks good. Okay, let's see that eye again. Oh, we're looking at it from the side. That's not the best side. There it is. Okay, it's looking so good. Oh, man. Yeah. I see you. I just love it. This turned out so well. Oh, this turned out so well. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. All right, well, normally when we've done like big team builds in the past, I feel like on almost every single one, I'll do like a da-na-na-na, ta-na-na-na type music video that kind of goes along with showcasing it. This one's a little different just because, I don't know, a little bit less fanfare. I'll admit it, a little bit less fanfare. But you know what? I want to give a major shout out to all the crafters who've been helping to gather resources, the Blackstone, the Deep Slate, all that kind of good stuff. It is because of their efforts that this thing got finished, finalized, done and dusted, as they say. So what do you think? Are you loving it? I'm loving it. I'm thinking it looks great. Now, before we do shut things down this week, I feel like I would be remiss if I did not revisit the lore office and the catacombs of the lore office specifically, where, of course, we have been quarantining all of the lore. For those of you that don't know, here on FanCraft for Season 4, there has been a strictly no lore policy, at least in Central City. And the idea was that you can go off and have your own little side builds and everything else, but in Central City, we don't do the lore. And so lore kept on popping up, and so we've had to quarantine it. And so I don't know all the shenanigans that have been going on, but I do know that shenanigans have been going on, and so therefore I have been quarantining them. But this is the one I want to take a look at right here, because recently Dr. Alien came by and basically just dropped off this book. And yeah, let's just take a look at it right here. It's kind of one of those things I was like, I don't have time. Okay, there's too much of the lore shenanigans, and I'm trying to get some builds done. But you know what? It's the job, okay? It's the job of the lore office to investigate the lore. Let's see what we got. Hello, Dr. Alien of 201 of FCS02WIB. See, this reeks of lore is what this is. Also known as Earth 2A. Earth 2A. All right, so an alternate version of Earth 2. I think I got it. I'm a superior interdimensional device, or SID for short. I currently exist on FCS04BS. BS? So I'm assuming that's Earth 4, but it could also be some sort of BS Earth. I don't know what that is. Also known as Earth 4. Okay, so it is Earth 4. Well, it's Earth 4. There you go. When Earth 3 was destroyed, somehow you were teleported here to the planet of your origin. Your counterpart is currently rebuilding Creator Village, a project that will take some time. Another side effect of the Time Temple explosion is the existence of artifacts from previous Earths on Earth 4 and spread around the multiverse. Oh, great. So, okay. Is that the explanation for the Valencoke sheep? Okay, maybe that explains why these Earth 3 sheep started popping up and why one of them became a god, apparently, because all hail Vloop. Or it could be entirely unrelated. I have no idea. You are the more likely Dr. Alien to help the citizenry of Earth 4 overcome any potential threat to themselves and the multiverse. You will need to build an interdimensional crystal with ID fluid. This is, I guess, interdimensional fluid. This is a derivative of time fluid, the Supreme Leader's time machine. Okay. I have dimensionally shifted the only known sample to make it to Earth 4 to you. You should find it in your storage chest. Please hurry here and make contact with the legendary Object Research Embassy. That's us, that we're lore. That's right. I fear that there is far more dire than currently suspected. Should you require proof of your story for lore, I am located near the Ewok village. For your counterpart has been building Sid. Okay. All right. So Doc Alien has been in contact with some kind of interdimensional technology that is aware of some sort of threat to the multiverse. Now, I will say that does actually kind of line up with something that we've been researching, which of course was down in what we refer to as the plot hole. For you see, down here in the plot hole, the lore office has been high at work, in fact, very busy at work, researching these mysterious rings. Yeah, these guys right here, with the largely suspected some kind of connection to the multiverse, okay? There's also apparently an evil version of me running around, and again, there is interdimensional sheep. So yes, all of this is part of the lore shenanigans that we have been keeping our eyes on, and it appears that Dr. Alien 2 is aware of this. We might need to see if Dr. Alien is available to bring his artifact down to the rings and see if we can't light up that portion. I'm trying to remember what he had. I think it was the Darksaber. That is what he's got, in which case it would be here on the Star Wars inputs right here, the Star Wars District inputs. So yeah, And as I'm saying that, I realize that we have an entire hall of artifacts for keeping up with this exact type of information. Let's see. Dr. Alien. No, Doc Alien. Oh, he had the mushroom from the Nintendo district. Well, okay. Well, there you go. So, yeah, we need to get with Dr. Alien and see if he can bring his artifact to the plot hole, and we can see about, continuing to light up these rings. I mean, it could be a threat to the multiverse, or it could be something cool. Here at the Lore Office, we don't judge the outcome of our research. We just research it. Yeah, that's right. That's what we do. Anyway, let's see. I think we've already got Snows. We've got Sochasms. We've got Mine. So there's a couple of folks we need to kind of gather and get them to light up their portion of the rings as well. But that is going to do it for us for this week. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know I am so incredibly thrilled to see Sauron's eye just glaring out at us over the horizon right there. Oh, man. After having looked at that, like the cake topper on its own for so long, it's so nice to know that there's a tower connected to it. Admittedly, this angle, you can just see the cake topper. There it is. Yeah. Yep. That's so good. It's so good. All right, let me know what you think. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's awesome? Do you think it's big enough? It is what it is, one way or the other. I mean, compared to the Jedi Temple, it does look a little small. But no. That thing is huge, and it's amazing. And I died falling off of it so many times. So it just kind of is. You know what? It's evil is what it is, and that's about right. That's what you want. That's certainly what we want. Well, hey, that is going to do it for us for this week. I hope you've enjoyed all of this good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all the things. And until next time, goodbye. I see.